So when you become an insurance agent, is it mandatory for you to have to recruit new agents? It's a great question. Let's dive right into it. We're going to be talking about two things today. Number one, the three types of agents that are out there and which one are you can identify. And then number two, the benefits and trade-offs to the agent type that you choose. Let's jump right in. Okay, so let's start off by talking about the three types of agents that are out there. You have agent number one, agent number two, agent number three. Now, agent number one, I'll tell you an interesting story. One of my clients, I've been working with this guy for about, I want to say 2 years now. When I had launched my insurance agency, had brought him onto my team, extremely smart guy. Let's call him Joe. And he consistently writes $50,000 a month in business. Like every month, dude's a machine. And I sat down with him one day and I was like, bro, why don't you just why don't you recruit more agents? Like, you know what you're doing. We built out the sales process for you. You know how to work the leads that are being generated. Like, recruit more agents so you can make this easier for yourself. He said, Don, no, I hate recruiting. And that was like 2 years ago. Then I brought it back up to him a year ago. Don, no, I hate recruiting. And then I want to say like a week ago, I came back to him and I said, Joe, listen, you should recruit more agents, man. You really got to process. Don, I'm telling you now, no, I hate recruiting. This guy is all personal pen. He doesn't want to do it. Later on in the video, I'll share with you why when it comes to the benefits and the trade-offs of agent number one who doesn't want to recruit any agents. So the answer to that is you can be like agent number one, Joe, who's told me for the last 3 years he doesn't want to recruit any agents and he only writes business on his personal pen. Then you could be agent number two. Now, agent number two, I have a client of mine who is like, hey, Don, I don't write any business at all. I don't like writing business. In fact, this guy doesn't like writing business so much, he don't even know what carriers that he's contracted with. And I don't even know how that's possible. He don't know the carriers. He doesn't know any of the products. Nothing. This guy's a bona fide recruiter. And he's even taught me ways on how to recruit more agents, the strategies, the methods, like everything under the sun. The guy hates writing business. He's all recruitment. And I respect that. So you can be agent number two who only cares about recruiting. Or you could be agent number three. Agent number three is that person that's like, I like both. A lot of the clients that I work with, they're more of the I like both type of people where they spend, I would say 60, 70% of their time writing business and then about 30% of their time recruiting agents. And you can be number three. So I think to start off, you have to understand which agent are you right now in this video. Do you want to be number one? Do you want to be number two? Do you want to be number three? And by the way, you can start off as one and transition into another. But I think it's important that you understand which one you are and ensure that you're inside of the right model. So I created a video on my YouTube channel that talks about which IMO should I choose. The reason why you need to watch that video is because let's say that you're somebody that hates recruiting and you're all personal pen. Then you need to be a part of an IMO, an agency that promotes you writing business so you can get max contracts and faster writing carriers, right? They matter if you're going to be more writing. If you're somebody that's a writer and you have a very low contract and you have very slow carriers, then it's going to be very tough for you to make this a full-time business, right? If you're agent number two that hates writing and you're all recruiting, then I think it's important that you find the right type of IMO that promotes recruitment and has a beautiful downline system where for you to be able to earn overrides from multiple generations in your downline. So that's important, right? And if you like both, you need to find somebody that's in between that gives you still a nice contract and nice overrides from a downline. That's why answering this question is important first on what agent you are so you can understand which IMO you should be a part of. Okay, so that's very key. And that brings me to my next part, which is, what are the benefits and the trade-offs? What are the benefits and the trade-offs to this? And let me just kind of pull this up a little bit here. It's a little high. Okay. So what are the benefits and the trade-offs to each one? Okay, so let's start with the benefits. The benefits to agent number one is that he only wants to write on his personal pen. So with that said, the benefits are no roll-ups. If you don't know what a roll-up is, what that basically means is that you have agents that are in your downline, and I've seen this happen all the time. I've actually had agents that I've worked with who they recruited an agent. That agent wrote like $40,000 in business, and then the agent dipped off, and like the agent just like disappeared. And that $40,000, because that agent disappeared and all of it charged back, that $40,000 rolled up to the upline who was the agent. So if you have agents in your downline, if they write business and it charges back and they don't continue to write more business or pay back the chargebacks, you're now going to be personally responsible for all of that debt. So the benefit of agent number one, the reason why he didn't want to do that is because he's not a fan of roll-ups. He doesn't want roll-ups. He doesn't want anybody messing up his cash flow. And I can respect that because it's a shame that, like, it's a horror actually, like, for that kind of structure to be set up in that way, you know, and it happens all the time, unfortunately. And then the second benefit is no responsibility. So agent number one, he doesn't want to be responsible for other agents. He doesn't want to be responsible for the nonsense that they got going on, when they want to show up, when they don't want to show up, having sales calls, because there's a responsibility to recruiting agents. He doesn't want that. Now, the trade-offs for agent number one is that he's always going to have to write business. Always, right? Because he's not earning any overrides or passive income. So if he had other agents in his downline, he would, and those agents wrote business, if he's earning a 5% to 10% override, if that agent writes $10,000 in business, for example, then he's earning $1,000 and he didn't have to do any work. If he got 10 different agents to write $10,000 in business in a month and he earned 10%, then he's making $10,000 in a month and he didn't have to do any work. So that's the trade-off. But like I said, you have to look at the risk versus, you know, the risk versus the reward. Which one do you care about most? And then with agent number two, my guy who like hates writing in all recruitment, the benefit to that is he doesn't need to write business. He's not familiar with carriers. He's not familiar with product. He doesn't need to write. His goal is to build passive income and equity. So the benefit is that's ultimately what he's going to build, and he's going to get to a place if he continues, if he keeps it up. He has a great system. He knows how to recruit agents. He puts in the same amount of hours as somebody that's writing business. And, you know, in 10 years, he'll have income coming in every single month without ever having to write any business. Now, the trade-off is this is a very slow build, and it takes time, right? Like don't get fooled with people who try to sell you on the fact that you can recruit hundreds of agents quickly, and when you recruit hundreds of agents, you're going to start earning passive income right away. I can tell you from experience that is not true, because even if you recruited hundreds of agents, what they don't tell you is that I'm telling you this from the fact that, take it from somebody that is an agency owner, and I work with agency owners who I've helped grow their insurance businesses to 300, 400, 500,000 per month. So, and they have hundreds of agents. Every time I've talked to an agency owner like that, they can recruit 100 agents, but only 10 of them are writing business. The other 90 are nowhere to be found. So if you're recruiting 100 agents and 90 aren't writing, you're not earning any passive income. You're only earning off the 10. So don't fall into the trap of thinking that it's going to be a quick thing to recruit agents and you're just going to sail off into the sunset and you're going to have passive income. If it were that way, everybody in the industry would be rich. But clearly, I think you understand by now that everybody in the industry is not rich. 90% of the industry is not rich. The average insurance agent earns $30,000 to $50,000 per year. So that should tell you all you need to know. It's a slow build. It takes time, and it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort. It's going to take a lot of training. You're going to need to be a great trainer. You're going to need to be a great leader if you're going to be agent number two. And it's a slow cash flow in the beginning. So if you're looking for this to become a full-time thing for you, well, the problem is that you're going to need something else to supplement your income while you're building your builder model of agents underneath you on passive income. So you're going to need something else to be able to support you. And lastly, you are going to be exposed to roll-ups, because if all of your income is passive income from overrides from other agents, well, your exposure is going to be extremely high when it comes to chargebacks. And if you got a bunch of agents who stop writing business and all of those chargebacks happen, then it's all going to roll up to you. So you're going to be exposed to a lot of roll-ups in this type of model. I'm just telling you my experience, and I'm telling you what can happen, okay? Although you may not get that answer from your upline or the IMO or agency that you're a part of, because they're only going to tell you the great things. I'm going to tell you the unbiased approach to whichever option that you choose. And then if you're agent number 3, the benefit to that is you're going to have 2 streams of income. You're going to have income coming in from writing your own business, and you're also going to have income coming in from recruiting other agents and then seeing the overrides that are happening over time from their success. So, and also the benefit is you're going to be a lot more experienced. For example, the reason why I'm a lot more experienced than most agents is because of the fact that I've written a lot of business and I've recruited agents and I've trained agents. Like I can't tell you how many sales call trainings I've done, how many sales scripts trainings I've done, how many CRM trainings that I've done, thousands that I've done for other agents. And then me writing business, I can't tell you how many calls that I've had where I've actually talked to people about life insurance coverage, and I know what I'm doing when it comes to term, whole life, IUL, final expense. I know how to break down every product that you can think of, and I've read all of the insurance contracts. So when someone has an argument with me about that, I'm always curious because of the fact that I know the ins and outs of every contract. I've read them all. I'm more experienced, and I've also trained a lot of agents. I'm more experienced in leadership, and I know how to get agents to move and get agents to work. I've probably trained and helped over 100 agents be able to reach $20,000, $30,000 plus on a monthly basis, and that's probably like a small when I say 100 agents. Like I've done this, So agent number 3 is going to give you that experience. Now the trade-off is a lot of time and responsibility. So I'm agent number 3. You're talking about the fact that I've invested a lot of time and a lot of responsibility into this every single day. On top of that, it's a full-time job. You're not going to expect to go part-time if you're recruiting agents and you're writing business. This is an everyday full-time job. Unlike agent number 2, where if it's all passive, they can do this part-time when it comes to recruiting and building. Agent number 1, if they're only writing, they could do this part-time if maybe they're only looking to like make $5,000, $6,000 in a month and then not write any more business. But if you're agent number 3, you either always have agents calling you, you always have to train, and you always have to write to be able to pretty much balance the two. So it's full-time, and you're still going to be exposed to roll-ups. But you writing from your personal pen should be able to mitigate the roll-ups that are happening because you're writing your own business. So understand that that all 3 of these type of agent types, they come with the good, they come with the bad. You have to understand again which one that you are, and then choose the right type of IMO, agency, or upline or leader that you want to associate yourself to that can help you achieve that goal. Because every leader and every IMO and every agency is not built the same. With that being said, I believe that's the end of everything that I was going to talk about here today. So if you found this valuable, share this with another agent so that they can get the knowledge and the information as well. My name is Don. If you want more free trainings, free tips, learning how to write business, learning how to generate leads, learning how to recruit agents, I have an entire free chat. It's a Telegram chat. You just hit the link below in the bio, and it'll take you right into the free chat where we offer a lot of free resources to be able to help you. Until next time, peace.